Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's falconpaladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2. It's going to be Clem and Serral coming at it on Dorado. Bottom right going to be Serral, bottom left going to be Clem. This is from Pigfest. I got the replay off of, hey, it's an extractor trick off of lotv.spawningtool.com. Alright, so a good game from Clem and Serral in 2025. It's going to be good. We have the Esports World Cup coming up. We have DreamHack coming up. We've got GSL on the way here. The qualifiers are started for Season 1 of GSL. Rainer is there. So good. All right. StarCraft's looking good for 2025. So, extractor tricking to get a little bit of an advantage there, but still doing a 16 hatch here on El Dorado. A little tiny bit earlier, but a little tiny bit earlier against Clem is good. Because Clem is a monster. A crazy, crazy monster. And we all know that. So that's why we clicked on this replay. We got a spinning polar bear, as always, here from our guy Clem. And a gas here. It's going to be a Reaper expand timing. Everything is okay and standard here, except for that extractor trick. Extractor here at 18 supply, 17 supply here for our spawning pool. And El Dorado, City of Gold. Mythology about that. The Overlord is not interested in gold because he has no will of his own. It's only the will of the Overmind. Or, I don't know, maybe Kerrigan, I guess? Yeah, fair enough. And in StarCraft 2, there are Brood Mothers that can also control Zerg, but, lore is ever evolving. We've got ourselves an expansion. Hey, that's part of the Reaper expand play. Serral, scouting out. What does he see? What does Terry the Overlord see? He sees a Reaper. He sees no expansion. Oh my gosh, he didn't see it. Maybe he saw the SCV? I think maybe he got a glimpse of the SCV there because he did not see the command center, or else it will still be there. Yeah, all right, we're gonna rewind. We're gonna rewind. Come on, Overlord, what you got, man? Tell me you caught it. You did not turn around after seeing nothing there. Tell me that didn't happen, Serral. You're way too good for this, man. Okay. No. That's what I thought I saw, but he turned around. So he basically assumes there's not an expansion here when he just didn't go an extra millimeter and see that. Oh, all right. I'm not saying this is going to be a loss now or anything, but that angers me a little bit. Good grief. So Reaper shows up. Reaper Dance is real. Reaper Dance is exciting. How many kills can Clem's Reaper get? The answer is probably at least one. Considering the timing of this queen is not quite there. Oh, never mind. Totally got it. Not a big deal at all. Dang. Serral, you scary. So the Overlord can't get in to poke and see what's going on in here. Third CC starting sub 3 minutes. He doesn't know about this. He doesn't know about this. He doesn't know about this factory. He doesn't know anything that's going on because the Overlord was only able to scout one supply depot and a Marine. That's all he knows. And he knows there's a Reaper, too. Oh, Reaper delay. The SCV delay on the third base. Then the Reaper shows up. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of stuff where using a Reaper to delay the third base of your Zerg opponent is awesome. Clem does it. More Terran players to do this. Falcon's been talking about this for years. He sounds like an old man, but it is the truth. So finally, oh my gosh, the further delay. Now the Queen's delaying it a little bit. Finally gets the third base down at 3:23, so much later than he wanted to. Look, he's assumed there's an expansion here from Clem because he got a third base at 3 minutes. If it was a one base all-in or something insane like that we never see in 2025 or 2024 or 2023, then he probably would have stayed on 2 bases to be safe. But got a Roach Warren for also safety purposes. Does this guy have a kill yet? This Reaper still doesn't have a kill. He's been so darn active. He's been so insanely active. But just not getting any kills. Maybe with his friends, 2 Hellions, he can get some Ling kills here at the very least. Hops up, hops down, runs, queens, Lings. All bad things. No speed for these Lings, by the way. We are getting Roaches instead of getting speed for Zerglings. So this could be some kind of a roach push. I don't like using slowlings to defend against Hellions and stuff, but it's only 2. Not like he's going crazy on the Hellion front. It's Marines. It's Stim. We're getting a reactor on the reactor in the factory for the starport, and probably tech labbing the factory for siege tanks would be my guess. So roaches come across. Oh, he's mining. Oh my gosh, it's a little roach attack at 430. Oh, big fan of this stuff. Roaches sneaking into the back door. That's a lot of roaches. That is not enough Marines. They don't have Stim yet. What an early roach attack this is. Now the SCVs have to get pulled off the line to body block. It's very dangerous stuff here. He's trying to kill as many Marines as he can before Stim finishes out. But my golly, this SCV, is he going to hold this without Stim? My gosh, roaches are bad. Or did he lose 13 SCVs and the attack was a success? You choose your own adventure there. Oh my gosh, the range of roaches is bad. They die to SCVs, they die to Marines, they die to everything but like Reapers basically in the Terran Armada. Wow, Stim wasn't even done. Stim wasn't even done. 8 roaches died. 8 roaches died. I think that was worth. I think that was totally worth for Clem. Hellions are also bad against roaches. That's fair. There are 2 things. I guess Vikings too. I'm like finding this whole list of stuff that roaches are good against, or against Terran. Cool. Well, I guess we got a lair, so let's get roach speed. Let's double down on the roach stuff here today, Serral. Might as well. It's Clem. What else are you going to do? Guy's going to have 100 Marines. Combat shields coming in. Stim is done. He's like, I guess we might as well counterattack. Because we know this back door is open, because that's how the roaches got in here and into my base. So, killing a creep tumor. Stim against roaches. Oh, killed a okay. Got a roach down into the point where it had to turn into a roach cocoon. Killed the roach cocoon. Overlord gets picked off too. Roaches are too slow to bounce back and forth and trap these guys anywhere. This is why you want Zerglings instead of roaches for base defense. Another queen dies because roaches are slow. Yeah, Falcon Salt is real when it comes to roaches. I need it. I need to get a shirt that just says Anti-Roachman. By the way, this is a Patreon game. For those of you who are supporting me on patreon.com/falconpaladin for at least $1 a month. So thanks for watching this on Patreon if you are. And if you're not, then hey, tap that like button. Yeah, maybe we'll get one on the store. The Anti-Roachman, Falcon himself. I'm not saying roaches cannot win, because obviously Serral wouldn't be making roaches if it was impossible for them to win the game. If every time you made roaches you just died to like a 6-minute timing push, nobody would ever make roaches. So fine, they're good enough. I just think Lingbane Hydra at the current meta, the way the game is structured right now, is really the only way to play against these Marines, even against things like Widow Mines, Siege Tanks, Cyclones. Lingbane Hydra, Viper can handle all of it. It's just doubling down, man. Roach Ravager, Roach Ravager, Roach Ravager, getting a hive. Getting upgrades that could benefit Hydralisks later, but he's not exactly there, man. Armory on the way. Is he going to make Widow Mines today? Sometimes Terrans go pretty heavy on Widow Mines, and sometimes they don't make any against Zerg. And it's just a question of preference, I would imagine. There is a Hydra Den, and there is a Lurker Den on the way. Not a big fan of Lurkers. Notice I did not say Hydra Lurker Viper. I said Hydra Ling Baneling with Viper support. Lurkers are not good against Terran, not against Clem. But once again, we're kind of at a point as this third base comes up. It's a gold base, by the way. That's so good for Clem right now. We're kind of at a point where Serral's at the end of his rope against Clem, right? It's so hard to beat him. It's so hard to beat him in a series. He got embarrassed in the Esports World Cup last year. I guess he did take a couple of games off of Clem in the Pigfest 9 or something. Whatever number that was. So, I mean, he can beat him. It's not that bad, but you get to a point where you're kind of like, let's try this composition and see if it sticks, right? Throwing it at a wall. Here's the old 8 to 9 minute style attacks. Each tank's backing it up. Oh, gosh. Couple lurkers. Okay, all right, hold on. Couple lurkers come in. Good overseer setup here with the oversight mode. Just watching this over. Meanwhile, little marine group dies, and bam, queen down. Bam, one hydra down. Doesn't have any upgrades because that only exists to be lurkers, unfortunately. Seismic Spine's on the way. And this lurker positioning is pretty great. How many comsats do you have? How many scans do you have? Can you kill these lurkers? And the answer is let's fall back a little bit. Corrosive Vial almost kind of hits his own stuff there. Ooh, double tank snipe. All right. Ravager connections, if they're good, are good. And he walks his marines into the lurkers and they all die. No, Clem. He makes a huge mistake there. Was he microing back here? Maybe he was. But he just walked into those lurkers. Dude, 8 kills, 11 kills, and 10 kills on those lurkers. Amazing stuff out of these lurks. And I just want to point out, Clem mistake. That is not Serral doing something crazy Gosu, like a surround or some kind of a lurker trap. No, Clem just walked those marines into lurkers because I guess he was controlling something else somewhere. Brutal. This drop does get sought out. Okay, so if you have enough of a head start, you can deal with this stuff. That Zergling scouting was really important stuff. 4th base coming up left side from Clem, because of course there is. And no real sign that he's going into Widow Mines today. No, just kidding. He's got a Widow Mine in production, one of them, to add to the army that's already 4. So he's got a handful of mines. Not good against lurkers, though. He's getting a Ghost Academy, too, because of course he is. So we've moved on. We've moved on through the early stages of this game. Nidus Network on the way. Corrosive Bile Snipe. Yeah, these 4 lurkers, boys. That's what we're talking about. 4 lurkers putting in work for Loco. Spores up to help with drops in the future, because obviously there will be drops because there is no Spire. There are drops if there is a Spire too, but man, it's a lot harder to do when there are Mutalisks or Corruptors flying around. All right, Serral's hanging on. Yeah, that attack, I thought this would be disastrous for him up at the 4th base, but he held on. He got a 5th base behind it. Pretty happy about that. Fairly well maxed out. Working on 2-2 for his Roaches and his Ravagers. Working on +3 attack, however, is Clem. So, you know, little tiny bit ahead on the upgrades, but nothing to be super proud about. So we're not expanding down here to the lower lane. We see that on this map. In TVZs and PVZs fairly frequently. Ooh, here we go. Little lurker harass. There you go. Shutting down all the mining at the gold base is a good move. These lurkers are going to die because they're not running. Good snipes. All right. Serral's making a game of it. I like this a lot. And then charging in. Guess who's not here to defend it? No! 4th base is dead. There was vision up here even. He's on his way. He was just too late because the lurkers and the roaches and the Ravagers are slow to get from all the way down here to all the way up here. He had too much stuff defending this corner, and it did not pay off for him at all. How do you beat a Zerg player? You kill their hatcheries. Nidus top left. I like that very much. Let's see if Clem finds it and shuts it down, though. 4 command centers at a time in production from Clem because that's what you do. In a late game TVZ, as you make 1 billion command centers, that's what Maru did, and there's no reason not to do it. Okay, Nidus erupts, not dead yet. Nidus gonna erupt, also not gonna die. A little bit of a snipe on a roach or two there, not a big deal. And some kind of a crazy attack. Are these the guys from the bottom right? They take down the lurker. They kill the hatchery again. Hydras and Banelings are on the way here, but is it too late to transition for Serral? What a game. Nidus coming up inside the main base. That one's a lot more dangerous. The 3rd base of the gold is, there you go, is saved. Ghosts are not very good at killing Nidus worms, but also they can snipe the lurkers when they come out, so there's nothing in that Nidus worm. You recognize that was going to happen. We're getting lunge. Okay, so maybe he is working on a Hydra Ling Bane transition here with still making lurkers, working on attack upgrades for his Lings. They've got metabolic boost. They don't have Adrenal. He's not really making that many, to be fair. Planetary does get burned down. Can he get it? He gets it. Did he lose too much stuff in the process? I don't know. The trade there is interesting. Actually, there's a battle report option. I think we can pull that off. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, tried to stand and fight here. I guess you can't run with lurkers that well. Plus, more lurkers down here causing problems. Is it battle report? Yeah, look at that. Resources destroyed. Yeah, by Clem. A lot more here. Yeah, Shift B. I need to use this more often. So 8,000 resources lost to 5,000. 4,000 gas lost to 1,000. Yeah, not a good battle there. Not a great one at all for Serral, but he got the planetary. And he's kind of shutting down this base too. So this is a 3-basing Clem versus a 4-basing Serral right now with the... Okay, 4th base is back. So it's a 5-baser now. Oh, he's got this one too. Okay, hold on, hold on. Serral might be able to pull this thing off. It is so weird for Serral to be in the underdog status in 2025, but that's what happened with Clem last year. No Hydras, don't have any Banes. There are no Vipers. No potential Fungals here either. Where are the Cracklings? Against all these ghosts, they're so good. Not quite making it happen. These lurkers are like, do we go home? I don't know. The ghosts are a problem. Oh, it's largely a ghost army that takes down the 5th hatch. Brutal, brutal that way. Lurkers denying on the high ground. How's that going to work out for you? Don't actually know. Good, maybe. Bad, also, possibly, yeah. Lurkers run for it. Dude, so hatch down, hatch back, new hatch here. What a good game. I mean, Serral's at 200 supply, Serral's at 145. Not quite a look at the supply scenario here, but income is technically favoring Serral, but not by a lot right now. It's been creeping up into Clem's favor for the past couple of minutes. Yeah, with this coming up, this gold base doing what it can with 3 mineral patches, which honestly isn't much at all. Okay, Serral licking his wounds, trying to retake that 5th base, feeling pretty good about it. Really just largely lurkers here, man. Also no Adrenal. I want to point this out. He's sending Lings into the meat grinder at 16 minutes against Clem without giving them the Adrenal Gland upgrade. I don't know what he expects from them. I guess maybe they're just meat grindery stuff. They're just meat shieldy stuff. As these lurkers all die, there is maybe an attempted attack in this way, but this one Liberator shuts down attacks on the backside. Liberator shuts down attacks on that side, too. Liberator, good unit, man. Pretty fantastic. Clem comes in with a 30 supply advantage. Yeah, just kind of right-clicks. Nope, doesn't actually try to take the hatch down immediately. The Lings are scary, but they've only got +1 attack. And they don't have the Adrenal upgrades. So lunges in to try to close the distance, but Clem does not care. He stands and says, what? Did you lunge into my Ghost Marine Marauder army with your Hydras? That was weird. I swear Zerg players are using lunge just because it's there. Hey, they got a ghost for it, though. There you go. Totally worth the upgrade now. Ghosts are expensive. Clem up. 50 supply? Still not great. He's still working on lurkers, man. Look, the lurkers have done work today. I'm not saying they've been a complete waste of money. But the last time I saw somebody win with lurkers against Clem, I don't know when it was. 2 years ago, maybe? It's just not something that's really all that good in TVZ. Especially once ghosts are out. And I know they nerfed ghosts a little bit to make it easier for lurkers to do their thing. But, okay, pretty good drone pull there. Lunges in to deal with the Liberator. What's up, Ewoks? How you doing, guys? You guys are always having a party. You're never involved in the horrors of war. At least not in this game. In Star Wars, you certainly are, though. Another attack into the top right. Big time follow-up here, too. So Serral's got to bring everything he's got. He's got 114 army supply. The Lings roll in. Boy, these would be so much more effective if they had the Adrenal upgrade. They're still doing okay here. Again, just taking a little bit of damage with their +3 Carapace. Man, GG! Clem gets the win. Yeah, battle report. Last 50 seconds of the game. 56 seconds. Way more resources killed here by Clem. Like 6,500 resources killed to only 2,700 killed by Serral. It's like 4 ghosts, 3 liberators, 52 lings, 16 hydras, 8 lurkers. Look at all these snipes being used. Look at all these boosts being used. No abilities being used. No vipers today. Yeah, and I know it's hard to make vipers work because snipe exists too. Like, I understand the concerns here, but brutal loss here today. I mean, what a absolutely fantastic game there from Clem. I don't want to take anything away from him that way. But yeah, just 3 hatcheries down, 28 drones down, 28 SCVs, and a planetary got killed on the other side. Income tab has been largely favoring Serral, but it's just not been enough on the long run. I know the lurkers were good. I just don't think they were good enough. I think Vipers would have been better. I think a lot of Banelings would have been better. I think giving Adrenal to your Lings would be better. He didn't make 100,000 Lings in this game. He made 200. Yeah, all his Lings were dead at the end. So he made 262 Lings in this game, and they all died without ever experiencing the wonder and the rapture of having Adrenal. It would have been nice. So GG, though. Great game there from Clem. Just doing what you do, right? Marines, Marauders, Ghosts. I don't know. Widowmines did anything today? He made 20 Widowmines today, and they all died. He made 26 Widowmines today, and 20 of them died. I don't know where they did their things at all, but I'm sure they were important. Okay, GG, and that's going to be it from me. This has been the Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw, what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.